see you. We're going to actually get started with a land acknowledgement.
Good evening. Welcome, everyone. We'd like to start by recognizing that we're on Tlingit Ani. Ani is the Tlingit word for land, and Tlingit people have been in this place for over 10,000 years. It's very important to recognize this historical fact and to appreciate the Tlingit people who have been excellent stewards and have lived out traditional tribal values around balance, respect, and caring for the earth that sustains us all. For taking wonderful care of this special place since time immemorial, we say thank you and Gonakshish.
And we were here at the sound check, and the show is going to be so fantastic. It's a great deal of fun. But before we get things rolling, we wondered if you would just join us in a moment of silence for those who are not here tonight. Sitka has endured some tragedy recently, and I think we should just acknowledge that for just a moment. Thank you so much. It's been a very hard year, but here we are together as it should be. All right, how are we doing? How are we feeling? I mean, it's kind of a weird time. I mean, Halloween was scarier, but the next few days are even scarier, right? I mean, we're all going to wake up soon and dread hearing that daylight savings time has ended. I'm Rob, and as I'm sure most of you know, this is it Louise? Lois. Lois. You know Lois, you've seen her many times on this stage for the Sitka Wearable Art Show.
And Rob, you sound familiar. I'm not sure where I've heard that voice before, but somebody has once said that you are the voice of the island empire, so I'm honored to be here. In fact, you look familiar. I'm sure I saw you at the exercise class I did every day during COVID.
I think you did. That was me gasping in the morning. Anyway, Lois is going to be previewing some of her wearable art designs tonight, and I can hardly wait for that. Anyway, on with the show. Our first act tonight, Maya, come on out. It's Maya Carter and Friends. Maya's going to be performing, I think, solo, and she's going to be joined by Friends for the second number. Maya is the STEAM coordinator at Sitka Sound Science Center. She works in the aquarium, and if you've been to the grind before, you have heard her, and you know she is terrific. Maya Carter.
Your eyes, I will
friends will be joining us.
These are my friends. This is Sarah Ebersole on the guitar. Emma Brule. And Caroline Dawes.
Oh, the summer time is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie? And we'll all go together to Poa Mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go?
I will build my love a bower by yon clear crystal fountain, and all around the bower I'll have flowers from the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go?
And we'll all go together to Poa Mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Why will roam the country o'er, through the dark land so dreary, and all the spoils I'll find, I'll bring to my darling dearie. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to Poa Mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go?
If my true love, she won't go, I will surely find another to Wild Mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go?
And we'll And we'll all grow together to the wild mountain thyme, all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go?
There we are. That was Maya Carter and friends Emma Burrell, Sarah Ebersol on guitar, and Caroline Dawes. Yeah, thanks, Charlie. We needed some house lights so folks who haven't been seated can find some seats. And also, I've been asked to look for, this is a non-political evening, but we do have a politician in our midst. I wonder if Representative Rebecca Himshoot would stand up and let us embarrass her for a moment. Oh, there she is. Ms. Representative, thank you for being here tonight. All right, everybody who has a seat has found one, I hope. And now for some wearable art. Wearable art is known to push boundaries, and this piece is no exception. Constructed of burgundy twine formed into a perfect mathematical cone, it transforms the wearer into elemental forms. It is modeled by the artist. This piece is No, Nanette. Lois, tell us about this piece.
Well, I found this beautiful little accessory that everybody should have in their wardrobe on the beaches and cruise off. And it's a perfect little hat for living in Sitka because we have chosen to live here in the elements and you can feel the full extent of the rain and the wind. I just feel so close to nature. I love my hat.
The piece is No, Nanette by Lois Vervine. I'm also told that you're welcome to help yourself to coffee, but lay off the desserts until intermission, and the desserts are to be judged by our dessert judging corps back there, the AmeriCorps. Tonight, the dessert judging corps. 5 for 5 back there, you all are. Coming up next. Oh, JVs. JVs. It sounds like a potential, brawl at some time. JVs versus the AmeriCorps. Who's going to come out on top there? Coming up next, I think another group you're familiar with, Pointy and the Birds. Come on out. Pointy and the Birds. This is our Sitka's ukulele ensemble. Began in June of 2019. They started with 3 players. They now have 8. All of them were taught by Jeannie, who is the lead Pointy Bird. And they raised $6,000 for Braveheart volunteers busking this summer. Thank you so much, Pointy and the Birds.
You might have been lucky enough to have a sheet of paper on your chair. It's because it's meant to be a sing-along. And what you've got there is big, bold font of the choruses of the songs we're going to be doing. It is a sing-along. Are we ready now?
Yeah.
next song comes with a TikTok challenge dance, which we weren't able to get it together. But I invite you to try it out.
One day when the
All right, thank you, Pointing the Birds. John B., Sloop John B., somewhere Don Sinetti is smiling. Do you remember Don Sinetti used to come out and do that true shanty style? Brian Wilson just totally took Don Sinetti's gig there. You can hear Pointing the Birds once a month on Fridays at 12:30 in the P Home, and it's variable Fridays, but the Pointing the Birds are Marg, Phyllis, Lori, Mary, Sherry, Beth, Wendy, and of course Jeannie, whose birthday is today. So, starting off the stage for Jeannie, we are giving you a round of applause. And now for some wearable art. Occasionally, you'll see wearable art that almost fills the stage, and sometimes it's a subtle accessory. If you look closely, you can see the small floats worn as earrings. The style is an homage to the sea and all who depend on it. Modeled by the artist, this is Boy, That Hurts. Tell us about this piece.
Well, Rob, I think there should be a little pop of color in everybody's wardrobe because we live in a pretty dull place, and I just love my little accessories. And you know what? You might be thinking that's not for me because I don't have my ears pierced. It's just great because you don't have to. Look, it just like sits on the top. So if you want to try it out after this, I'm happy to. Would you like a go, Rob?
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, enjoy.
Lois Devon and Boy, That Hurts. All right, coming up next, we have Lena Kapp. Will read a story. Lena, come on out, Lena. Lena is the visitor experience manager at the Sitka Sound Science Center. Lena Kapp.
Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how long precisely, having little or no money in my purse, and nothing particular to interest me on shore, I thought I would sail about a little and see the watery part of the world. It is a way I have of driving off the spleen and regulating the circulation. Whenever I find myself growing grim about the mouth, whenever it is a damp, drizzly November in my soul, whenever I find myself involuntarily pausing before coffin warehouses and bringing up the rear of every funeral I meet, and especially whenever my hypos get such an upper hand of me that it requires a strong moral principle to prevent me from deliberately stepping into the street and methodically knocking people's hats off, then I account it high time to get to sea as soon as I can. This is, of course, the beginning of Chapter 1 of Moby Dick. I checked out a copy from the library this month, last month really, but I can't say that I have read it. Has anyone, would you yell or something if you've read the whole thing? Wow. This is very impressive. You guys have some fun winter hobbies. Well, I sort of flipped through it, but my younger brother read the abridged children's version of Moby Dick when he was in the first grade. I flipped through the real thing, and I honestly cannot imagine what would make it into the kids' version. Because honestly, absolutely everything in Herman Melville's original work is completely insane. It is full of digressions and literary references, and a whole section on whale science, cetology, to those of you not in the know. And of course, Captain Ahab's deranged fixation on Moby Dick, the white whale, that took his leg one time. I asked my brother what he remembered from this reading experience, and he said, I don't remember a thing, to be honest. What no one has forgotten, however, is this costume. I'm going to spin, and I've been instructed that it would be a good idea for me to bend over slightly for you to see it, so one moment, please. So much. That year, the same year of reading whatever was in the children's version of Moby Dick, my brother also requested that our mother make him a sperm whale Halloween costume. And I think we can all agree that Maria delivered. Nick, this is my brother, was completely obsessed with whales at this point in his life. Neither of us had ever seen the ocean. We grew up in Chicago, but he was very prepared. He learned how to identify every kind of whale that there is. And we made a special pilgrimage to visit the beluga whales at the Shed Aquarium, which is in Chicago, and it was very lovely. Nick really likes to commit, my brother. He has always been this way. When it wasn't whales, it was something else. When he was obsessed with space, he could name every astronaut on every Apollo mission in order. There was a brief flirtation with rocks and minerals, during which he amassed a huge collection of them, and our mom's basement is still filled with all of his model trains. But the true love of Nick's life is sound. When he was about 3 years old, he would, in any group setting, find or make a stage, gather everyone around him, and perform a cappella Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song, which if you don't know it, you should definitely look it up, and then you will be highly amused. He would sit enraptured for hours in front of this DVD we had of an Eric Clapton concert and just watch it over and over and over again. During his heavy metal phase, he taught himself Mongolian throat singing and would just gleefully recite all the gruesome lyrics to his favorite songs at dinner time. And in high school, he taught himself how to mix music tracks and started entering competitions against adults and winning. When his high school did not offer the electricity and magnetism physics class he wanted to take so that he could understand sound equipment better, he just taught himself the curriculum instead. And now he is in college and he's studying sound engineering in a radio TV film program. The point is, I think my brother is some kind of genius. He hears things that I'll never notice, and he describes them in ways that I will never understand. I took music classes my whole childhood, and in sort of a mechanical way, I was perfectly respectable at guitar and choir and school musicals, but it was never something that came that naturally to me, or that I understood implicitly in the way that Nick and other people seem to be able to. And sometimes I'm not even sure, like I don't trust my own judgment of what good music is. I've had speakers taken away from me at parties, I'll admit it. and I don't know what it is. I don't know how people decide or what it is that they're listening for sometimes. And it drives me nuts, not knowing. The only thing that I can think of that might approach what I think it might be like to live in Nick's head is what it feels like for me to sit at the edge of the ocean. Growing up in Chicago, I would often make these long solitary journeys through the city to sit on the shore of Lake Michigan, to watch and to listen and to just be completely absorbed by all the sounds of the water, because Lake Michigan, if you haven't seen it, is big enough that you can't see the edges of it. It has waves and it makes sounds like the ocean does. There are beaches. And now that I live here, I do the same thing every day. And it's not like a gentle, poetic stroll on the beach. It is a need. Seeing and hearing the ocean flips a switch in my brain and it takes over my whole body. It is an urgent calm, a steady and predictable hurrying. The ocean feels like the only metronome I can really synchronize myself with. It has dimension and resonance and layers and depth and all of the things that I know are in music, but that I feel when I listen to the water. Nick goes to college at Northwestern, which is right on the shore of Lake Michigan. My mom and I helped him move in for his sophomore year, and after we finished moving all of his stuff into a tiny, oddly shaped room, he took us for a walk to all his favorite places along the lake. And it was the same walk he was taking most days. I have to accept that I will probably never understand very much about Nick's world of sound, but I like knowing that at least once a day, we both felt and heard the same thing. In chapter 1 of Moby Dick, Ishmael says, at the end of that long and slightly creepy introduction, if they but knew it, almost all men in their degree, sometime or other, cherish very nearly the same feelings toward the ocean with me. Thank you so much.
Lena is the Whalefest administrator. So if you have complaints about anything, you can take it to Lena, but not until after Lois and I have gone. And now for some wearable art. This stylish gown is pulled from the depths of the artist's imagination. It's constructed from classic petrochemicals and US-made oxidized steel, and is modeled by the artist. This is to bait or not to bait. Tell us about this piece, Lois.
Well, Rob, as you know, I found it on the compost heap beside the worm farm. And once I'd cleaned off the compost and the worms and gave it a very good scrub, it made a perfect little black cocktail dress. But I can't get my hands out to hold the cocktails, but that's a small price to pay for looking so sexy. Do you agree, Rob?
I do. Quite catching. Lois Verban, and to bait or not to bait. So, it wouldn't be a grind without at least one prodigy. I'd like to introduce now Ruth Ann Roughton. She is 11 years old and in 5th grade. She's been singing since she was 3. Come on out, Ruth Ann. Her favorite sea creature is a sea turtle because it is beautiful and big. Ruth Ann Roughton.
Staring at the edge of the water as long as I can remember, never really
Told ya. Prodigy. And now for something completely different. Jeff Budd, come on out. Lois. And Belly Meat's going to set up in the background while we do this. 10 years ago, I emceed the Whalefest grind right here on this stage, and the audience at that time gave me my roller derby name. Does anybody remember what it was?
No.
Anybody?
Bad news?
What?
Bad news?
Good on you. Kitty LaBounty, who was born with a perfectly good roller derby name, also got a name that night, though she didn't use it on the track. It's bonus points for anybody who remembers Kitty LaBounty's roller derby name given to her at the Whalefest grind. Crickets. It was Go Kitty Meow Meow. So now the grind is in its 30th anniversary year, and I think to honor that legacy, we should give its founder, one of its founders, Jeff Budd, a roller derby name. And I'm going to open the floor to nominations. Charlie, could we have just a little bit of house lights? I'm going to take nominations for Jeff Budd's roller derby name. Lois is going to write them down, and then the second half of the show we'll vote, and we will give Jeff Budd his roller derby name. Come on up here, Jeff. Come on closer. Let him see you. All right. Anybody got an idea for Jeff?
Big Bud.
What?
Big Bud.
Big Bud. And that's from Jeannie, right?
Jeffy Pep.
What?
Jeffy Pep.
Jeffy.
Pep.
Jeffy Pep? Jesse Pep? Jeffy Pep. And your name? Solon? Solon. Okay. And, oh, I forgot to say, the winning name will get a Raven Radio t-shirt. Sorry. Yes, the Dale DeArmond shirt. No, this is a spontaneous thing. This is crowdsourcing. Come on. What's the name for this guy? The Rolling Bud. And your name? Sky. The Rolling Bud.
Jeff Bud Light.
Jeff Bud Light. You don't know how appropriate that is. Yes?
Mean Jeff.
Mean Jeff. And that's Maureen? Mean Jeff by Maureen.
Bud Stems and Jim Buds.
Jim Spuds? Jim Spuds. And you have to fess up your name now.
Cynthia.
Sorry, what?
Cynthia.
Cynthia. Let's take one more. What, Tall Tale? Tall Tale. Tall Tale by KK? No. What? Jeff Budsman. By, and who's nominating? KK. All right, KK and her mom. And there was one more I heard, Jeff Bud. Did we get Jeff Bud? Bud Grinder. That's also quite appropriate. For Derby, I'm saying. And who proposed Bud Grinder? Oh, Kara. Kara. Thank you, Kara. Roland Bud. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, Jeff says the nominations are now closed. Your name, please. Shirley. All right. Again, we'll be back in the second half of tonight's show with, and we'll vote on the winner, and the winner will get this roller derby shirt, or this Raven Radio shirt. All right, that was fun. Now, I want to introduce to you Belly Meat. And Ted, what did we decide? Was I going to say your names, or were you going to say your names?
I could say that.
Okay, Belly Meat, you've seen them before, and here they are, taking us out of the first act, and right after Belly Meat, we're going to intermission. Enjoy.
Well, thank you very much, folks. My name is Ted Howard, and we have Ernie Eggleston here on the bass. And Gary Lips-Gauker here on the harmonica. And Charlie, could I get a little light on the lyric here, if I could? Otherwise, it's going to be, oh, there we go. Well, some of you know the story of Robert Johnson, the great blues singer. And the legend is that he went down to the crossroads at midnight and handed his guitar over his shoulder, and the devil took it and tuned it up, gave it back to him, and Robert Johnson became famous. So this is a story of a humpback whale named Little Sonny, who went down to the crossroads of the Pacific to get his mojo. He was just an ordinary whale in an ordinary bay, just swimming around in an ordinary way. But it turned out to be an extraordinary day when a deckhand threw a whole bucket of harmonicas away. Well, at first they floated and started to sink deeper and deeper into the drink. When those harps headed down below, they all got stuck in Sonny's blowhole. Well, he huffed and puffed and sounded real rough. And then the other whale said, enough, enough. Well, they laughed and the sea filled with bubbles that day, and they didn't see little Sonny slink away. South, wishing that somebody could help him out. They said Neptune was the guy to see at the Pacific Crossroads down in Hawaii. Well, he found Neptune, begged him, please, stop this noise, it's bothering me. Neptune said, I'll save your soul. And he touched his trident to Sonny's blowhole. I'll do it again, Neptune. Well, Sonny shivered, began to shake, did a double backflip, and began to quake. He breached the surface, leapt in the air, tail walked like a dolphin, going nowhere. Well, when he was almost all wiped out, he took a deep breath, blew it out. Oh my, what a beautiful thing. The harps in his blowhole began to sing. He hesitated, going slow, then he really started to blow, running scales and bending notes, starting high and ending low.
Belly Meat, Ted Howard, Gary Gowker, Ernie Anderson. All right, it's time for dessert. See you in about 15 minutes. We have 4 first place winners tonight. In first place for a pecan pie bars is Mercedes. Mercedes, come on up and take a prize. Mercedes, you wanted at the front of the stage, the front of the house.
I'm her mom.
Oh,
I think she likes it brown.
okay. Have you got ID? She says she's the mother. Okay. That's the pecan pie bars by Mercedes. Next are the tahini chocolate cookies, also in first place by Emily Leahy. Sorry, I'm reading someone else's handwriting. Emily, am I saying your last name right? Emily, no? I'm getting a no. Emily with the tahini chocolate cookies. You're in first place? No? Okay, moving on. Julius, oh, there's Emily. Emily, how do I say your last name? Oh, okay. She was using a pseudonym, and she was trying to convey that to me with her eyes. Also in first place is Julia Smith for her somewhat premature snowballs. Not quite snowball time, Julia, but anyway, delicious. Okay, yeah, she's testing it for the holiday season. You all are the victims. And finally, also in first place is Misty Warren for her fudge. Come on up, Misty. What? You can go down there and she can choose one. Misty will be choosing from a selection of Sitka Sound Science Center attire. All right, let's hear it for our first prize winners in the dessert contest. All right, we'll keep the house lights dim while Los Castaways take to the stage. During sound check, we found this music very danceable. So those of you who are not in your seats are totally encouraged to boogie a little bit. Los Castaways are Drew on brass and fiddle. Percussion is Michelle. On the ukulele is Denise. Bass is Cooper. Guitar is Kevin. And vocals are Lily. Los Castaways.
In the town where I was born lived a man, trailed the sea, and he told us of his life in the land of submarines. So we sailed onto the sun
of our band because our first performance was at the Whalefest Grind 2 years ago. So thanks for listening to us for 2 years. Mother, Mother Ocean, I have heard your call, wanting to sail upon your water since I was 3 feet tall. You've seen it all. You've seen it all. Island to island. We have one more song. It's called Solidaridad al Mar. If you don't speak Spanish, that means solitude in the sea. En el campo de las olas encontré un por luz. el canto de las olas me quisiera sumergir, embriagándome en su aroma, algo nuevo descubrir. Voy a navegar en tu puerto azul, quisiera saber de dónde vienes tú. Vamos a dejar que tiempo pare, ver nuestros recuerdos en los mares y esta soledad tan profunda que me cante al mar un bolero de soledad, que me cante al mar y ando sola con soledad, que me cante al mar un bolero de soledad, que me cante al mar y ando sola con soledad,
All right, Los Castaways. So Lily mentioned that it's their 2-year anniversary. I just want to chime in that they can be heard at the brewery from time to time playing. And they also consider this their audition for Whalefest. So they might be going to Juneau to represent Silver. Would be great. So Jeff Budd, the moment of truth is here. Jeff had everything to do with this. It was his idea. He's been badgering me for a roller derby name for how long now, Jeff?
10 years.
10 years. So we had No, this is crowdsourcing. And the way it works is there's a lot of good nominations here. So I think we'll go down the list and we'll all vote for all of them. And then we'll take the top 4 and vote again. It's like you get one vote and then you get another vote, which is pretty reasonable, don't you think? So let's give it a try. Let me just say what they are first, then we'll do the votes. So it's Big Bud, Jeffy Piff, the Rolling Bud, Jeff Bud Light, Mean Jeff, Jim Spuds, Jeff Budsman, Bud Grinder, and Rolling Bud. Oh, we have 2 Rolling Buds, right? So we might have to, so I'm gonna eliminate one of those. So we have 8, so now we have 8 to vote on. So we'll take the top 4, let's give it a try. Let's try in reverse order. Rolling Bud. Bud Grinder. Jeff Budsman. Jim Spuds. Mean Jeff. Remember, you can vote for any you like. Jeff Bud Light. Jeffy Piff. And Big Bud. All right. So I think we've eliminated all but Jeffy Piff, Jeff Bud Light, and the Bud Grinder. So now everybody gets a second vote, starting with Jeffy Piff. Jeffy Piff. Jeff Bud Light. And the Bud Grinder. Bud Grinder. Come on up. Let me hear you. I'm going to teach you something. You go. Red 3-9, out of play. Red 3-9, out of play.
Red 3-9, out of play.
Perfect. The Bud Grinder has spoken. So the Bud Grinder was nominated by Kara. Kara, you have to come up and own it. Kara Crane. So Kara, I accidentally grabbed a youth large t-shirt.
That will not work.
So if you want to exchange it, you just bring it by Raven Radio. You know where that is?
I do recall.
It's at the corner of Lincoln Street. And, okay, yeah.
Give Jeff my sincerest apologies.
So perceptive. Okay, we have a couple more acts for you tonight, both outstanding. Coming up next is the Sitka Studio of Dance. This is the mixed modern group. It's Leah Figueroa, Esme Ainsley, Ren Flowers, and Carol Knuth. Choreography is by Joe DeBell. Sitka Studio of Dance.
I'll be a mermaid, caught on your rod, coming for your aid. Isn't it odd? Isn't it silly? Now that you know someone that's slippery can't let you go. It's true. You know that I would jump too. You know that I would jump too. Ooh, it's in the blue. La 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 la. You should have left me caught off the road. I'm too much sugar. I need dope. I'm just as scared as you. Alone in the rain, I'll jump if you jump too. Believe me, it's true. You know that I would jump too. You know that I would jump too. Ooh, into the blue, it's true. 'Cause we ain't nothing to lose, and there ain't nothing to prove. You know I jump with you. La 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 Just dancing with the storm, I'll dance with you. Racing close you till you're warm like the water's glue. Hold your breath and let me count to 3 when you really know it's right. Take my hand, we'll dive into the sea. La 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 la. It's true. You know that I would jump too. You know that I would jump too. Ooh, into the blue, it's true. 'Cause we ain't nothing to lose, and there ain't nothing to prove. You know I jump with you.
Sitka Studio of Dance. Good job, ladies. And now some wearable art. This is a section of a fiber optic cable we discovered on the bottom of Salisbury Sound last August. The sleek composition echoes the speed of modern communication, and the dark tones suggest despair when you realize you don't have a DVD player anymore. Modeled by the artist, this is Here's Mud in Your GCI. Tell us about this piece, Lois.
Well, Rob, you have no idea how much effort I went to get this from the bottom of the sea. I'm so glad to be able to share this very versatile and beautiful piece with you today. You know, art is really important in our community, and it really pushes us up the Maslow's hierarchy, I believe. I almost feel like it's more important than communication and entertainment, Netflix, social media. So I'm so happy to be able to show this to you today.
Here, here. Lois Verban, and here's Mud in Your GCI. Before we move on, I just wanted to take a moment and thank the people who make the grind happen. Charlie Morgan is back there working lights. Thanks, Charlie. Peter Apathy is on sound. Jasmine Shaw is working the stage along with Jim Clare. And let's remember the Bud Grinder, our producer tonight. The next Arts Council event is next Friday. It's the Radio Adventure Hour. It'll be 7 p.m. at the Performing Arts Center, November 8th. So make a note on your calendar for the Radio Adventure Hour. Hank and Laura, come on out. Hank Moore and Laura Turcotte are the group Brainstorm. You know, we've often seen Laura dancing on stage, but she's had to pivot tonight to another talent. Hank and Laura have a 15-year collaboration on various projects of one kind or another, so they have lengthy experience, but they put this together kind of on the fly, and people who are seasoned performers and used to working together can sometimes make something that is new sound very, very practiced. And we heard it in sound check. It sounded great. Brainstorm.
I feel like this means I have to fill. So Hank used to be in the barbershop quartet with my dad, and I don't remember exactly how we started doing projects together, but we did grinds, and then we had a funk band for a while, and we've done a million different things over the years, and I'm super glad that Hank reached out to me and said, hey, you want to put something real quick together for the Whalefest grind? Absolutely, I do. So how you doing over there, Hank? You ready?
I'm doing pretty good, yeah. Sails are just like wings. You can fly your thing. Run before the wind, don't let it go. Let it rock me slow while I stay below. Dreaming dreams that only
port on a western bay, and it serves 100 ships a day. The sailors pass the time away, talk about their home. There's a girl in this harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say, Brandy, fetch another round. She serves them whiskey and wine. The sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Yeah, your eyes can steal a sailor from the sea. Now Brandy wears a braided chain made of finest silver from the north of Spain, and a locket that bears the name of a man that Brandy loves. He came on a summer day, bringing gifts from far away, but he made it clear he could not stay. No harbor was his home. The sailor said, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea. Oh, Brandy used to watch his eyes as he told the sailor's story. She could feel the ocean far rise. She saw his raging glory. But the sailor always told the truth. Lord, he was an honest man. And Brandy does her best to understand. At night, when the bars close down, Brandy walks through a silent town. Loves a man who's not around. She still can't hear him say. She hears him say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea. Oh, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea.
Brainstorm, Hank Moore and Laura Turcotte.
Okay, thank you everyone for coming tonight. Have a wonderful Whalefest weekend. Woohoo!